Hello and welcome to this options walkthrough tutorial for the scorecard gradient goal bars. So whether you bought the bundle and have all four or you just purchased a single goal bar, most of the options are the same between all the bars. So first we'll go over all the options in detail for the follower bar, and then I'll highlight the additional options for the other bars. To access all the options, go to the Settings tab here, and you'll see the options broken out into different sections. So under Goal Settings, we can set the goal we're trying to reach, the behavior when the goal is reached, so either you can auto-increment the goal by the number you enter here, or you can do nothing or reset the goal, so it will go back to 0 once the goal is reached, and you will start all over again. For the period, this is the amount of time you're measuring, so you can either do the current stream session, the past week, past 30 days, months, or all time total. There's also the goal progress, which uses the goal you have set up in StreamElements, so to edit that data if you need to, you can go to this Sessions Data option at the top right menu, and under the Goals tab, there is a follower goal progress field that it will pull from, so you can update this as needed. Under text settings, you can change the font size, the title that appears here, also the divider character that goes between the two numbers, and then you have all the colors for these text labels. So there's a field for both of the background colors, the font colors for the title. There are separate font color options for the count, the divider, and the goal. And then under bar styling, we have all the options for the bar itself. You can change the entire widget opacity with this option if you want to see a bit of your stream through the widget. You can change the unfilled bar color, how thick this meter is, and then there are two color options for the filled part of the bar, a start color and an end color. If they're different, it will create a gradient effect, and if you want just one solid color, set them to be the same. This fade out option is if you only want the bar to show when you get a new follower. If it's 0, the option will be disabled, but if you enter 5, for example, the bar will show for 5 seconds after you get a new follower, and then it will disappear. At any point to test your widget, you can go to this Emulate bell button and choose Follower Event to emulate a new follower. And you can see it went up 1. Those are all the options for the follower bar, and as you can imagine, since most of them are for the styles and appearance, all those options will be the same for the other bars, but there are a couple different goal options depending on which bar you have. So the Cheers goal bar is actually totally the same. There are no different options for this one. If we go to the subscription goal bar, under goal settings, you have a few more options. You can choose to or not to ignore months. So if you get, for example, a 3-month subscription, it only counts as 1. This is checked by default because it's how Twitch counts them if you have a Twitch goal. But if you want to see 3, for example, for that 3-month subscription, you can uncheck the box. You can also choose to measure subscriber points rather than subscriptions, but just keep in mind this is only available for the all-time total period option, just because that's the only one that StreamElements provides data for. And then for the tips goal bar, there are a couple additional options for the currency display and the language. So for display locale, you can choose your language and location, and that determines how the currency unit is displayed. You can choose to override the currency, so no matter what currency it's tipped in, it always shows the same currency. If you want to override it, set this option to yes, and then enter your currency code below. At any point, if you want to resize your widget, just take this blue border box around the widget and drag it to the size you want, and it will automatically resize. Those are all the options for these goal bars. Hope you enjoy them, and happy streaming.